So trying to level up the battle pass fast in Warzone can seem like a really long and boring journey, but in this video I'm going to show you how to make it as quick and as easy as possible for the first season of Warzone. When I say fast, I mean fast, as in up to 5 tiers in 1 hour, easy, no hassle. Now I know that sounds very unrealistic, but I promise you it's not, and in this video we're going to talk about how to do that. Just before we get into the video, I'm quickly doing a COD points giveaway for the Season 1 Battle Pass, and if you win the COD points you could obviously use them towards tiers, buying the Battle Pass, in-store items and bundles, that kind of thing. So the rules are in the description, but all you need to do is like the video, comment your Twitter username below this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the bell icon to turn on post notifications, and follow my Twitter. My username is RagerGamer and the link for that is in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the guide. So this video provides every single way to level up tiers faster in Season 1 of Warzone, so be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video as it's packed full of tips. However, if you do want to jump to a specific part of the video, there are timestamps in the description, so feel free to make use of those, and there will be chapters on this video. Now the video focuses on how to tier up in Warzone, so it's tailored towards players who are mainly sort of free to play Warzone players and they only have Warzone and not Vanguard, or are just playing Warzone for a change. But if you want to know how to tier up fast in Vanguard, I did make a separate video for that. Again, feel free to check out that Battle Pass guide. There will be a card for that available for you guys to check out on my channel. So the main ways to tier up faster include the time played, XP earned, double Battle Pass XP and progression, earning COD points, that kind of thing. We're going to break down each point as quickly as possible and go through it so you can level up your tiers really fast. So very quickly, the Vanguard Warzone integration has just happened for Season 1, and what it means is that the Battle Pass content is linked between both games, i.e. Warzone and Vanguard, so you can use and unlock the stuff in both games and you can level up your Battle Pass in both games. Now, you probably can also level up tiers in the last few games as well, like Modern Warfare and Cold War. I'm not 100% sure, but you probably will be able to, as that was what was possible when Cold War was the main game. But obviously you can only use the Battle Pass items in Warzone and Vanguard. So you have to double check that, but I imagine you probably will be able to level up your Battle Pass in those old games too. So we're going to quickly talk first about the boost to speed up Battle Pass progression, and then we'll talk about the best ways to level up in Warzone, the best game modes and strategies, that kind of thing. So for the boosts, the main ones are tier skips. So every 50 levels in Season 1, you'll get to the next prestige, and that will get you a tier skip. So level 50 will give you one tier skip, level 100 a second tier skip, and so on. So just you want to level up as fast as possible, and you know, if you are struggling with leveling up, feel free to check out my guide on how to level up fast. There is that, but there is a lot of overlap with the Battle Pass, so if you don't, it's not too important. Other ways to get free tier skips include sort of buying certain bundles, or alternatively there are occasionally free gift bundles in the store that give tier skips. Look out for the free gift banner in the For You section of the store in Vanguard or Warzone, and keep an eye out for special events like double tier progression weekends, i.e. double Battle Pass XP. This normally comes at least twice a season. It did in the pre-season for Vanguard, so it probably will for this season as well. And you can also get double tier progression tokens. Now, we've only seen this once or twice in Cold War, but I'm sure it will come back again at some point. I've got a couple of double Battle Pass XP tokens saved up. I'm sure at some point they'll come back, but obviously make use of those if you've got them. So for example, before, if you turned on 2-factor authentication, you could earn basically 2 hours of double Battle Pass XP. Like I say, look out for that. I'm sure there'll be ways at some point throughout the year to earn those. And just note that double XP itself doesn't count. So normal double XP weekends or double XP tokens, those don't count. Only the double Battle Pass XP does. Earning COD points from the Battle Pass can also be used to buy tiers if you need, but obviously that's kind of a waste. Alternatively, you can enter my giveaway for the competition for a chance to win. That's another way, but yeah, it's just something in mind. Very small, but is a possibility as well, although I'd recommend trying to save up COD points for buying the next Battle Pass or bundles or something like that. The main thing that goes into leveling up the Battle Pass is time played. So you want to play longer matches so it's more efficient, so you're spending less time in the menu or for the game to load, and actually more time in the game itself playing, which is what counts towards your Battle Pass. Longer matches are ones like Battle Royale, Plunder, and certain limited time modes, but the caveat to this is that you actually need to be doing well in these matches to earn a lot of XP, and I'll explain why that's so important in just a minute. So the next factor is XP earned. So you need to basically do really well in your matches. So for this, obviously you need a good class, and if you need to level up weapons fast to get better attachments, again, I'll have a guide for that, feel free to check it out, or you know, look up a good class for any of the weapons you're using. You want to do more looting as well, so opening more loot crates, as this will give you more money, which helps towards buying equipment like self-revives, UAV, loadouts, armor boxes, that kind of thing. But it also gives you more XP overall just for earning more money, because it gives you a bigger bonus at the end of the game. So you want to open loot boxes, run over bodies of dead enemies, find piles of cash on the floor, on tops of roofs, or in unsearched rooms, just places where people aren't going. You want to get more kills as well, so you want to have a decent class of this. Use your minimap, heartbeat sensor, compass, or kind of sounds and footprints on the map to kind of find more enemies and try and get more kills. You want to do as many contracts as you can, so supply run contracts are super fast and easy. Recon are also pretty good. Scavenger's useful too, but there's other new ones. Most Wanted, which isn't new, but it's quite good, but there's also Big Game Bounty and the top secret ones like that, which are really good. So make use of those, obviously, because they give you a lot of XP and money. It's worth worth trying to go between these fast with a helicopter, an ATV, or some kind of fast vehicle to get between them, and I have made a guide for contracts if you guys need. So the next thing you want to do is survive longer. So you want to be careful and safe, don't run a gun too much, otherwise you're going to die too soon, which means you have a poor amount of tier progression. So surviving longer means you place higher in a match, you get more XP, more time played, and therefore faster progression. And finally, one of the last main things is the placement bonus. So Warzone BR mode is how long you survived relative to anyone else, but in Plunder it's cash collected overall. So it's harder to do in Battle Royale, but it is possible, especially if you're a good player. But otherwise Plunder is pretty easy because otherwise you just have to collect as much cash as possible. But don't forget, in the pre-game lobby there's some free easy kills which give you some XP towards your normal character XP, but also weapon XP and so on. So don't forget to get as many kills as you can in the pre-game lobby. And you also want to be doing challenges as well, so like the daily challenges, the mastery challenges, the season progression challenges. Under the challenge tab, each challenge gives you XP, and then you get a bonus for completing all of the 20 prestige challenges in season 1. Of course there's also camo challenges, and again I have got a playlist for that for any of the Vanguard camos or gold gun guides, but also you can work towards the camos from previous games, so like the Cold War ones or the Modern Warfare ones as well. So it doesn't just have to be Vanguard, it can be any of the ones to do with Warzone. That will all give you XP for Warzone, and also weapon levels and unlock challenges can give you some XP as well. And make sure to try and overlap challenges as much as possible to get XP quickly. So for example, if you had like a daily challenge, a camo challenge, and a seasonal challenge that all said you have to get assault rifle kills, then obviously trying to do them all together just so it makes it a bit more efficient and get more XP a little bit faster. So let's quickly talk about the best game modes then. So Plunder is obviously a great game mode. Overall, it gives you a lot of easy XP and it's an easy game, and it's a really fast way of leveling up tiers. Like I say, I played a match that was less than 15 minutes, call it 15 minutes by the time you include the amount of time I had to load in and out of the match. So about 15-minute game gave me more than a tier of progression, probably about 1.25 tiers of progression, literally from that like 13-minute match of actually playing the game. So if you can get that progress just from 15 minutes, it can get easily up to 5 tiers an hour. Technically even up to 10 tiers an hour if you're using a double battle pass XP token, but I know not many people will have those. So I mean, that's really insanely fast, and I don't think people are appreciating how quickly you can get progression just from playing Plunder. So it's really, really good, and here is what you want to do. So the main strategy, you want to spawn in and quickly find an area of the map with few players but lots of buildings or places to search for loot crates. I think I went near the top of the map, but just wherever's kind of away from the flight path but there's lots of buildings basically is where you want to be. And you'll have to spend a little bit longer having to travel there because it's away from the flight path. Not many people are going to want to go there, but it's great because it just mainly leaves you to do whatever you need to do. Now your ultimate goal is to get first place by earning as much money as possible. This is the main goal because obviously Plunder, their objective is getting money. So you want to run around opening as many crates as you can by following the faint humming noise which indicates how close or where loot crates are on the map. And obviously feel free to adjust your sound settings if you need to hear them a bit more easily, or turn up your volume or whatever. But you want to keep moving to stay ahead and open as many crates as you can. If you find a cash deposit balloon, use it so you don't lose the money. For example, if you die, I think in my game someone was waiting for me. There was one person there, only one person in the area. They were waiting for me, I died, and unfortunately I lost some cash. But if you use those cash deposit balloons, it does help to save a bit more cash so you don't slip behind and go from like first place to 5th place or so on. You also want to keep an eye out for cash piles on the ground in unsearched areas like rooftops, unvisited rooms, etc. If there's loot on the floor you can see far away, it's probably got cash there too, so definitely head up to it. And I think a lot of people kind of underestimate how important it is. Yes, it might only be like 5,000 cash, but if there's lots of piles you can easily get a lot of cash, and it really helps to get to that target of 1 million. You want to look for money near dead players as well and kill as many enemies as possible that you come across to get more cash and XP. I think someone came across me while I was searching for some cash, so I obviously killed them, picked up their bag of money, and then that obviously gave me a bigger bonus of money as well. You want to do a few contracts if you can along the way while opening crates. So for example, scavenger contracts, which requires you to open crates and shows you where they are anyway, so that's quite useful. But also supply run contracts are good, quick and easy, and recon's fairly decent, and some of the newer ones too are really good. So obviously you can do those. Just don't get too distracted because your main goal is getting first place by earning as much money as possible. Like I say, most wanted can be good as well if you're equipped and fairly safe, and probably the top secret one is not too bad either. What was good was when I was playing with my teammates, they were random people, but they were actually doing some contracts for me, so I could get the bonus money, and from that they were helping to get some money for the team by doing the contracts while I was focusing on picking up money. So it's really important to try and overlap it by getting teammates, especially if you know them and can speak to them. Get them to do picking up money in other areas of the map, or get them to do lots of contracts while you're picking up money, and then put together you can get even more XP, battle pass progression, whatever, than I did. This was just with me playing with some random people. I think they did 1 or 2 contracts. You know, we did really well, but obviously if everyone works together and pulls their weight, you can do way better than what we did. This was just a sort of a reasonable amount just from playing with some random people. Keep doing as much as you can to get most money, kills, looting, contracts, etc. as possible. Work with your teammates, like I said, if they're helpful. Teammate is really important. I know it sounds a bit cringy, but it is useful, so definitely make use of your teammates. And if you get to first place, you can get a lot of XP, sometimes in the region of up to sort of 40 to 50,000 XP. I think for my game I got just under 40,000 XP without a double XP token, just by playing plunder and picking up money, and a lot of bonuses and so on. So it's really, really good, and that is what you want to do for plunder. So yeah, pretty much just open crates, get a few kills if you see anyone, deposit the cash, get your teammates to do contracts, or do 1 or 2 yourself as well. It's pretty much as simple as that. And like I said, I got like 1.25 tiers just from about less than 15 minutes of gameplay, which is just insanely fast. Also, overtime is the last 3 minutes of the game. Once someone hits $1 million, you've then got 3 minutes to do whatever you can, but you get a 1.5 times boost in the money, the XP and so on that you earn. So make sure you're really making the most of those last 3 minutes by getting as much money as possible or doing a couple of contracts or something, because you'll get 50% more money and XP for doing literally nothing more than you were a few minutes ago. So really make the most of it, and that's why plunder is also a great mode compared to BR. So the other method is by playing rebirth. So this is great as smaller matches and respawns make doing well easier. Also, you're not wasting your time if you die early on, because if you die then you can just do another match. So the main strategy for this would be to spawn in, grab a decent floor gun and any kill streaks or other equipment you may need to survive, try to open a few loot crates to earn some money, then start doing contracts. So for example, by picking up a helicopter and a supply run contract, do this several times to get some money to buy a loadout, call in your loadout and pick the class you want. Make sure you have some good classes set up. Keep doing contracts. The more contracts you do, the bigger the bonus and therefore the more XP. Meanwhile, get as many kills as you can without dying, and you want to try and stay or work with your teammates, as this improves the chance of surviving. Obviously, you must also keep trying to loot, kill, do contracts and prepare for the final circle by finding or buying a gas mask, getting plenty of ammo, good class, equipment, self-revives, and head towards the final circle with your teammates, that kind of thing. Hopefully you'll get a victory, and just remember it's often better to hold down an area and survive rather than rushing into a gunfight and dying, otherwise you'll lose your equipment and loadout, money and so on, and you are less likely to survive obviously. Mainly just try and be patient as well, and try to resist the temptation to always rush in and ditch your teammates. I know it could be an easy thing to do, but you want to try, especially in rebirth, try to stick with them, as you've got a much better chance of surviving. Now you also want your loot, contract, combat, placement and match bonuses to be as large as possible while surviving as long as you can, to get more XP and more time played. And by doing all the things I just said, that will boost each of the bonuses at the end of the game, and obviously that gives you a bigger match total bonus, which will all lead into getting more battle pass progression. So what are the best game modes in Warzone? Well, obviously it depends how well you do on each mode. The longer matches are generally better than the shorter ones if you're getting a decent amount of XP, so therefore short, very high XP games can sometimes be better than longer ones. So for example, a great game of Rebirth might be better than a really poor game of Plunder. It just depends, but generally the best modes in my opinion, Plunder's always best in my opinion, pretty much, as you get infinite respawns, cash is the main objective, so it's easy to find, longer matches, more time played, you can still get lots of kills, custom loadouts available. Rebirth can be good, better than Warzone BR, as you don't risk wasting a lot of time on a game where you die a fair way in without good progress, but the matches are shorter, which means more time in the game lobby and not in the game, hence it's less efficient. And Warzone Battle Royale can be good, but unless you're a great player who is unlikely to die, then Plunder is probably best. Most people I think will probably find Plunder easiest and best for getting battle pass progression. So that is the fastest way to level up your tiers in Warzone Season 1. It's probably a bit faster compared to Vanguard 2. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, it really helps me out, and feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on by clicking the bell icon to stick up to date with all those latest Vanguard and Warzone videos. Feel free to check out all my other Season 1 guides, and if you're interested, make sure to enter the Season 1 giveaway. Thanks for watching, hope you found it useful, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.